They're ulting, you guys should start backing out. Oh, you ulted into it! No! No! Okay, chat, quick little stream sesh here for Marvel Rivals. I'm going to do an analysis over one of the folks over at Marvel Rival Esports. He posted in the Discord. Let me look here real quick. He wrote, "Can someone tell me tell me what I could have done? Replay code in the game." The replay and said, "I'm so tired, bruh." So, sounds like his teammates were ass, but we're gonna go find out if his teammates were ass, or you know, maybe there are some things that he can work on. We'll find out. All right, YouTube. In case you see this, this is actually a Loki analysis. We're looking into Sir Ash Indu here. He plays in around Plat 1. He wanted a little bit of feedback about what he could be doing better about his team and whatnot, so we'll see how it goes. One thing in particular that I think you can do immediately after seeing on Loki is you're jumping a lot, which is fine, right? Like, a lot of pro players do that, but I think there is a lot of power in learning how to play Loki without spamming your jump and being all over the place. Yeah, you're going to need it in certain elements. You're going to want to be able to position yourself forward, and you want to make sure you're not getting headshot, things like that. I totally get that, and I'm with you on that vibe right away. But play Loki by standing still occasionally, right? It makes it way harder for you to get looked at. Be a little bit more aggressive with your clones. Right now, you already have 2 charges. Put like one right over here, one here on the left. Move up into positioning. When you have clones and you're able to stand still as Loki, like I can play a game for you afterwards and show you, you're able to get away with shit that you shouldn't be able to get away with. And you're in Plat. Like, you're not trying to play in like, you know, celestial, high-level gameplay, esports, $3 million tournaments. Like, you don't have to be perfect. Use the control and the spacing of what Loki can do with his stealth. Use that to your advantage. Save your right-click, move up, play aggressive, get on high grounds, play around your tanks, and then drop down your primary attack. One cool thing about Loki, while we're talking about him, is that his primary attack is a sphere, right? And you probably know this already. He's a sphere. So whenever he attacks, you can actually hit the ground in front of your tanks and attempt to hit your tank and their tank at the same time, and you double dip in damage and healing, which is such a great trait. But you're back here playing behind your DPSs, which makes sense, and it's typical for most supports, and you're not really exploiting what Loki can do and why he's so strong, right? So use that to your advantage. Yeah, see you bouncing around, but like you should have a clone up here in the top left corner, right? If you have a clone over here, you're able to put damage on the front, you're able to help out your team, and then when your team gets a pick, you can actually just teleport to them right away and start to position aggressively again. So let's see if you do that. I see you watching your tanks. What's the comp right now for your team? You have... Oof, yeah, you're definitely in plan, bro. You have the 3 supports and a Captain America as your tank. That sucks. That does suck. Honestly, my first advice here is switch to a tank. Get off Loki. You already have Ultron, you have Rocket, but your team, even though you have Captain America, needs an authentic tank in the front line. Anyone that can help push, you're in Plat, you should be able to play these, and I know it's not like the perfect composition, I know triple supports are good, but you are probably sabotaging yourself more than you think by forcing Loki here. Just straight up. I would be switching into a tank to try and push the front lines, because Captain America can flank, you can be annoying, you can jump on the supports, but then you're going to have no front line at all. So I would fix that comp right away. But if we're going to stay on this, let's focus on Loki, what he can do. Yeah, hitting flyers is really, really hard on Loki. Another reason why, like, it can be kind of difficult to play in this composition without a tank, because you have no one to protect, and then you have to, like, hit, like, perfect shots while you're floating up. You're playing passive once again, so, like, I hate this positioning so much. If you're going to have a shitty comp, let's be aggressive with our shitty comp, right? You sitting back here and trying to play a traditional healer is actively hurting your team. So I'd probably be moving up here and trying to play up on this high ground. I'd be trying to get them to look at me. If I get my opponents to look at the Loki and I'm dashing around, I'm using abilities, then you're in a position where, like, they're out of position, so maybe your teammates can get a kill. But right now, here, let's just draw this out right now. Let's draw it out. Here's what the opponent is seeing, right? Here. You got... Let's just map layout. Let's just draw this out. Okay. Bam, bam. And then you have, like, your alleyways, right, that are this way. You have an alleyway over here, and then you have, like, a flank over here, right? Right? Your entire opponents can just straight up look down this one choke right now because of the team comp and what everyone's running at the moment. And you all are just standing like a barrel and fish getting shot by Star-Lord and Bucky, who, to be fair, doesn't really have the best damage from afar, so you're fine. Like, their fall-off damage, I think, is like 25 to 40 meter range, right? They start to have, like, less damage over time, especially Star-Lord. Bucky pretty okay here. He just got a buff, so that will change in the next patch. But you're all just stuck in this weird-ass choke, right? Like, use your Loki clones. Get them over here. Like, if you put a Loki clone, say, up here on the high ground, and a Loki clone over here, and then your position over here, already you change their focus to where they're going to be trying to clear out this and clear out that. And if they're not clearing out your Loki clones, then you can be a greedy fuck. You can go up here, poof, grab that, and just start shooting their back line, right? And then make sure you save your right click so you can back away when they try to go for shots. Like, exploit the map, man. Spread them out. Spread them out. Okay, let's play this out. Let's keep going. I feel like we've watched like a minute. I just given like a lot of tips in general with the game. Like, your Captain America just died, and you're backing up fighting. Push up. What are you gonna do here? Are you switching into a different character? Oh, I love it if you switch to a different tank. Oof, you went to a different healer. Hate it. Hate it. Triple healer is okay again, but like, it's good at high level play because you're playing around ultimates. Already, you have a team that doesn't know how to like play as a team. Granted, we just switched over to Dr. Strange is nice, but a different tank would have been way more helpful for you here. But I do like the idea of switching into Cloak and Dagger. You can use your ultimate to try and force the team to move forward, which is always good. Keep moving up. You're so far back. Move up, move up, move up, move up. There you go. You can move up. Like, when I'm saying move up, I'm not saying get in front of your tanks or whatever, but get yourself into a position where after a kill happens, you can get to the objective faster. If you're so far back, I would love for you... Hang on, where's my mouse at? How do I show my mouse? Hello? I would love for you to be literally hugging this, right? Because then you can still be healing this right now and be good to go. And then when you see like big damage coming in, you can right click and you find yourself in a position where you're not having to deal with any fire coming your way. You can literally just focus on supporting, and then you can go from there. And then the moment he moves up, you want to try and follow up behind him. You want to try to be like around this area so you can jiggle peek and heal and minimize damage coming your way. Honestly, if you have Mike, I would tell my team I want to go up here and come around the back. High ground is so massive. But like, play off of your tank as best as you can, which you're doing an okay job now. But don't play so far back. Okay, let's go. Play. Okay, I see that. I don't hate that move at all. Pretty solid. Okay, Rocket Raccoon. You just heard a shark. Nice job going for the iframe. I like that you try to predict it, but you could have used visuals there. You used your iframe essentially nothing, right? But I like the concept, but like, ensure that you gotta use... Oh, it's a Jeff on your team that's using it. Don't worry about it. I'm actually not... Wait, why did you use your ability here? Then. Did you also think that was a Jeff the Shark ulting? Why did you use your iframe here? Why'd you use that? Let's move forward. Am I missing something? I like the right click there. Eid, I love it. Okay. Hang on. That was the enemy Jeff? Okay. It was the enemy Jeff. Sorry, I'm blue and red is breaking my brain on the replay. But it didn't even come near you. It wasn't even near you. So why'd you use it? Like, you're just using an ability you don't need to use. Where's he at? Like, I'm just so confused because, like, he's not even close to you. Like, why are you using that? Like, you'll have a visual indicator when it's coming up and you'll be able to iframe it. Just a weird usage of an ability that you could use to push into here. Like, I like the timing and the idea behind it. It's just, why, right? You don't have to use abilities just because you have them off cooldown. It would be much better if you would be pushing forward and that Jeff is behind you or whatever and you're good to go. Just in case I'm in the radius. Yeah, you need to get better at your reactions then. If you're reacting off sounds, which is good, you now need to dial in when to use them, right? You don't want to ever use abilities in situations that you don't have to use them in. Like, imagine if you were able to move forward and the Jeff the Shark hits behind you, right? And then the opposing team, defense, let's say somebody pops, Emma Frost pops her ultimate, right? Or Dr. Strange comes forward with his Agamotto, and now you're caught with your pants down, you don't have your right click. So let's clean that up, right? Let's clean that up right away. You're also not healing during all this as well because of that, which is... interesting, because you're going into this huge iframe moment that you don't need to utilize. You're stopping your healing on a push. Like, all of these things can compound into higher level gameplay, you know? Okay, let's go back into it. Yeah, I feel like already, like, you have good concepts. It's just, you gotta clean up your abilities, man. Like, you definitely tell that you watch pro esports, and you're trying to emulate them. And that Bucky, because you were unable to heal him because you went into the iframe, wasn't getting the proper healing that he needs, so he gets picked off, and you lost your Bucky now, and now your entire push falls apart because you used an ability and weren't healing for 3 seconds, right? Like that you get on the Doctor Strange here. Visible Woman going up for the opposing team. Why is it in replays they show you as red and not blue? So interesting to me. Cloak and Dagger ultimate. Okay. Pop the ultimate. I'm assuming you comms. Let's go in, guys, which I like. There you go. Get CC by Frost. Get to your point. Oh, man. Oh, man. Looks like the team's gonna be cleaned up, so nice job. Hang on, where's my first point of view? My apologies, I'm not very solid at this. Player point of view. There we go, there we go, there we go. I want to see everything that you're aiming at. Okay. Okay, grab the point, grab the objective, good to go. Punisher's already set up on the side. I do like this. Try and come around here on this like far left and hug this wall. And then you want to like stay around here. You'll be able to heal your Doctor Strange because he's in a position. You want to constantly like angle yourself, right? Always be in the spot where you can angle and you don't have to react into healing. Because like right now, if you were hugging on this left side, you have a straight angle to Doctor Strange and you have Bucky. You want to try to have like your 2-on-1s and whatnot. So let's see if you do that at all. Yeah, I think you have like just like a lot of positional issues, but if you clean them up, you're good to go. Like straight up. I don't think you're a bad player at all. Nice movement. Okay, so you have damage coming from your left. How fast you respond takes you a bit, but you're good to go. Not the slowest reaction. I like the healing. Nice job. Team shut it down. By the eye of... I'll got Mono coming down. Nice. Love the healing. With the team. Swing around here on the corner. Come over here. Just swing, swing, swing. And get on this left side so you're able to heal everybody. And you are in a position where you can back up if you need to. Like, think about your cover, right? If you go into cover here. Free cam. There we go. So, like, if you come over here, you'll have some cover behind you. You can use your iframes to go up on the high ground. So, like, say you go into your cloak form, you can drop down your right click, and then you can hold spacebar, which will let you fly up here, and then you get the high ground. You can even come up here and get on the high ground. High ground's huge. I like all their opposing teams on the bottom. Like, if you do that, like, come over here, get up here, and then you can kind of shoot down and heal, and then usually it's really hard for them to aim at you because you can just back away from the area, and if they come up to contest you, you just drop down, right? You want to constantly keep moving and make the ebb of flow so hard for your opponents to get on top of you. Hey! I'm wearing the hockey chat! Nice job, nice job. Swing around the right. Use a wide angle here. Another wide angle you can use. I see you just like running a straight line. Swing here, and now you have this cover over here. Now, to be fair, it is a little bit harder. I always like try to hold the left side of a wall because obviously this game is third person, and you're always like looking to the right a little bit with how it works. So you want to be able to like jiggle peek out. But don't be afraid, like your teammates are over here on this left side. Don't be afraid to come over here, right? If you hug up on them, that's fine, but you have to watch out for area effect damage, things like that. If you take a larger angle and get a little bit of spacing and take this area, you'll be fine, right? Okay, Bucky goes in. You want to do everything you can to keep Bucky alive here. One thing you could be doing to make sure that you're in a position to help Bucky is, one, if you were on the right side where I told you where to be at, you would have already been on the right spot. You would have had a straight line sight to see where things going, and you would have seen him activate his ult. If you're not going to do that, and you're going to hug the wall over here, and you don't have vision of what Bucky wants to do, and you're not on comms, looking at the ultimates and saying, okay, he's probably going to rip his ultimate off the moment he sees a low health part unit. I want to make sure I can help him. And the moment he does that, you can throw a right click right in the middle of this, in the middle of the fight, and then he, as a player, should be able to get to it. You just toss it out, throw your E, and keep him alive. Bucky should be your priority here because you want to try and get him a reset. Now it's at the point where it's too late, but Frost coming in. I think he switched into light mode a little bit too quickly there, or cloak mode there, a little too early. You are so ready to iframe. You are so ready to do it, which I applaud you for, but get better at looking at your replays and be like, did I have to iframe here? Did I have to switch into cloak form here? My answer is no. No, you didn't have to iframe at all here. Let me look at this real quicker. Where are we at? Okay. Backing out. Getting a little bit too late. Yeah, let's go back a little bit. Okay, so Bucky should have had his reset by now. If not, it's fine. You look up, you see that there is a Star-Lord on top. I like that. You're trying to keep them alive because that can kill your Ultron. Moment he's already halfway through that, though, and you see him at full HP, you can just go ahead and drop it and go back to paying attention to your front line because he's going to run away from the fight. Okay, Hamlet Frost comes in. I like it. If you wanted to iframe, you should have done it instantly. The moment you heard kneel peasants, you should have done it right now. But you're a little bit late, you dropped out all your healing, you're trying to go for your kind of cooldown thing, and then you get stuck in a diamond form, which is fine. But she's pulling you into your healing bubble, which you are going to be fine on. Even I think if the only way that you could die here is if she goes into diamond form and has 100%, and then puts you into the wall twice, which at that point is just good play. But once you get through this and your ultimate, you're like, oh, it's over. Like, you're fine. You don't need to go into cloak form here. You have a 1v3. What you need to do is keep Punisher alive, because he's going to keep you alive. But you back away, and she's already retreating, right? Her ultimate's already done. I just see a lot of panic in your gameplay. And that comes with repetition, and one of the things that's going to help you a lot is just watching your replays and identifying moments where you don't need to go into your other forms or panic your cooldowns. Like, you need to be able to be proactive when you're playing a character, not reactive. Reactive is usually when you're losing the game. Well, you're doing fine. You're doing good. Doing all right. We can clean these up. Looks like your team's holding well. I like your positioning here. There's like a little ramp right behind you. You can clean up the positioning here a lot better, honestly. Let's go to free cam. See that little ramp here? You can position yourself right on top of this ramp. And then you have a couple of ways. You can back up behind this box if you get pushed into, but you'll have a full wide angle on your teammates for healing. You'll be fine there. So maybe pull back on that a little bit and then watch this. And then the moment you see him go in, he'll be your priority on healing, things like that. It does look like their Strange is dead. So you guys should be able to get this pretty easily, especially if your team knows what they're doing in terms of controlling this. Okay. Yeah, nice job. You actually went the red there. Nice job. Stay up there. Like, okay, so I think you were trying to just do a damage amp there. I don't hate that. That's fine. That's good usage. I don't think... So you could have, like, held a little bit longer. Here's where, like, the high-level pros are going to wait, right? So she comes in and pumps her ultimate, which is fine, but none of your teammates are really in danger of death yet. So if you can be slightly greedy with an ultimate, after the ultimate comes in, remember it's up for about 8 seconds for her. So if you can wait 2, 3, 4 seconds, you can get through like 50% of her ultimate, and then your ultimate will be staying a little bit longer afterwards, and your team can clean up. So let's be a little bit slower on this. I like being ready to counter ult with an ultimate. So like the moment this goes up, look at the top right corner. Look at your teammates and go, all right, they're all full health. I don't need to pull my ultimate off here. And we're in a 6v5. You have all this information available to you, and all you have to do is train yourself to get really quick at looking at it. The moment you hear that, go, okay, okay, and then you make a decision. And it's gonna take some process. It's gonna take a bit. But this is like what is going to put you at a high level player is when you can push your greed. So I would be waiting. Yeah, see, you popped it, and none of them were in trouble at all. None of them were. If we look at the positioning here, let's just go ahead and look at it in this position. There is a ult coming in, and there is a Doctor Strange about to pop in, right? So he might be able to go for an ultimate, which is fine. But we'll see what happens here. These two are over here. This is already marked off as well, which this is hard to catch. Like, I probably wouldn't have caught this wall being out, but they literally have no damage coming in, and their damages are trying to rotate in. You could have easily gotten 4 or 5 seconds off here. Even if an Agamotto hits, I think maybe one person might die, but we'll see how it goes. I like that you pulled back to your teammates. Nice. This is the part where you could have been in your cloak form. Just get into a habit of just dropping straight into a cloak form. And EU, actually, if there is no Magneto, one of my favorite things about European play that I think a lot of people can learn on Cloak and Dagger is that you turn into a literal assassin if there's no Magneto, or Iron Man, or anyone that can one-shot your ultimate, which is pretty rare. I think on the opposing team, if they had Cloak and Dagger and Punisher, they can kill you, but they don't. So they have no ability to kill you if you go into cloak form right away here. So look at the team compositions and realize, can they kill me? And if they can't kill you, with a Magneto ultimate, an Iron Man ultimate, Punisher plus Cloak and Dagger because of the Dark Curtain, you know that you can become an assassin. So you dive into the back line. If you are going to use it, you immediately become cloak form, and you just start working on the supports in the back line. Because they can't do shit against you. They can't blow you up. It's why Cloak and Dagger is such a primary support character right now. And what you did is you dash, and then you came back to your team, which is good if you think you're going to be in trouble, but go look at European VODs and then realize what the opponents are doing and then try to be that assassin. You could have been back here in the back left, healing off their own heals and just picking off their assassins for no problem. Or with no issues, because they have no way to kill you until that ultimate expires. Yeah. Nice iframe! Nice iframe! There you go! That was proactive shit. We like that here. That is the first iframe I have seen from you in the last 4 minutes of you playing. That has been incredible. We like that. You were ready and you were locked in. Let's try and get more of those moments, okay? If you can get 2 or 3 of those in a match, you're going to win every single time with Cloak and Dagger. Every time. Good shit. Especially at this elo. Okay, you're trying to get everyone nice and healed up. But at this point, like, why are you turning around and looking at your other healers? Right? Why are you looking at them? You have 3 healers on your team. You know there's a Rocket Raccoon behind you. You know there's an Ultron with a bubble. What you should be doing is moving forward. Moving forward. Moving forward. You turning around and providing heals for everyone is not going to do much. If you want to heal your teammates, drop a right click underneath your feet and keep moving with your main guys. You want to get the payload forward. The payload is the most important thing on attack, right? And if they're not in danger, if you don't hear any voice lines, which if you, another tip, if you go to your settings and turn your voice lines up, every single support in this game has a line, and you need to get familiar with them when they are in trouble. Like, you'll hear from Rocket, "I'm fucking hurting here!" Like, he'll hear him yell that. And that's because he's taking damage and gone 100%, 80% of his health bar, right? So you want to turn around and heal him then. But if you don't hear that, there's no point in turning around. Especially if you look at their team comp and go, there's no divers. Which there is now. There is a Psylocke, so you do want to watch out for that for sure. There's the point. Just like, you need to constantly be checking the opposing team, and you want to be moving forward. Rocket can heal himself. It's fine. And Rocket is like self-dependent too. He won't ever really need help unless he yells to you in comms. Like, don't worry about it. Keep the front line going. Good damage so far. Dark Curtain now. Love it. Move up. You're getting picks. You have 2 picks. Move up. Move up. Get up there, dude. Be with them. You want to move up? Why I'm saying this is, like, if you move up and say you're like up here with your Doctor Strange, and some person's like, "Ooh, that's a tasty Cloak and Dagger," and they jump out to try and catch you, you have your ability to go into Cloak and iframe out of the fight, and now they're in a shitty position, right? If you're playing back here safe the entire time, you never put yourself in a spot where you can force the opponent to make a mistake. And remember, this mistake is, they had 2 people down, you're technically in a 6v4, you can force them to come out of their shells or make them back up, right? And then, of course, you do want to play a spacing where, like, you're right about here-ish, so you can still get the payload to move 2 or 3 people back, but think about that. Like, step up, step up, step up. Your job is not to be a heal bot. A lot of supports in this game think they're heal bots. You have so many tools to force the opponent to get into shitty positions. Use that to your full advantage, right? Okay.
You owe me one.
Portal going up. He's probably trying to block them off. That's cool. When that's happening, you just want to keep an eye on him. What you're doing, it looks like, on the right side. Just make sure that he's not, like, getting killed in the background. God, that took forever for that guy. He needs to practice his portal timing up. What the fuck is that portal? Okay, we're not looking about him. Heals. Good heals. Good heals. Wow, there you go. There you go. There you go. Nice. When this happens, you identified it a little bit later, but when this happens, if you have your cooldowns, drop your right click and your E, and then immediately go into Cloak form. Because you can move forward. This beacon will keep everyone alive, and you want the damage amplification to be helpful. And what I would do is move up and start putting pressure on the tanks. That would be my attempt. And you do it. Just a little bit late. Could be faster. Nice. Nice. Full team wipe. Wonderful. Okay, so this is where I would be yelling in the mic, 4 people on point, please. If you look right here, you can see the little indicator. How many people are on the point? Only 1 is currently there. Only 1. 4 is how you accelerate at the fastest speed. So I would get 4 on the point, and then I would have someone on the tank. Be right here. You get held here, probably because you guys didn't move fast enough, honestly. If you had 4 on point, this is probably like right here is when they come out. This is probably the mistake you're having. Get on comms, 4 on point, please. 4 on point, 4 on point, 4 on point, 4 on point. Yell that shit. That's all you should be saying right now. And they should probably have like a DPS here and then maybe like a tank here, or like a tank here and a DPS like poking here. That's about it. Again, the goal is to try and get this. Let's see how this looks. Let me play it. Yeah, your entire fucking team. Oh, I would tell. And you, by the way, are not on the point. There is only 1 person on the point. So it is going a snail's ass crawl to get to the objective. And you need to get like right here to win. You all are setting up for kills instead of setting up to grab the point. Oh my god, everyone leaves it. I hate you all. I would be so tilted in my matches. Oh, I hate you all. I'd be yelling. Why are you all trying to fight on their defender point? Like, yes, you want to pin them down. Sure. And your Punisher's out here, you know, dropping his ultimate, and that should be enough. That should be enough to keep them pinned down for a little bit. They have defender's advantage, right? If they're back here, they're getting healed and they're putting damage on you for free. Okay, let's see how this goes. Let's see how you play this, because I've already had my statement said. A little bit late. Could have been a little bit faster there. Let's see how quickly you could have had that down. Also, you wouldn't have been in this position if you weren't playing so aggressive. If you were back here on the payload, making sure it was moving, you would have lived. Okay, let's see. That's after you guys cleaned everybody up. You immediately move forward. We already talked about that, so I won't hamper on it. Okay, you come forward. Now, this is where you can also just, like, set yourself up for success. Look at who has ultimates. Who is going to come out here in ultimate? And who do you need to be ready for? You need to be ready for Star-Lord and you need to be ready for Psylocke. Those are the two most terrifying players coming out of this spawn right now, and they're going to instantly rip their shit. You can call that to your teammates, things like that, and go from there. Okay, so what I would have done here is I would have thrown my right click on them because they're being idiots, eat them, and then pulled back to my payload. And then yelled, I'm going to the payload, pull back. Okay, so Psylocke ult's coming out. If you were looking at this, you would have been ready to go and know that he was going to ult. It's a little bit too late, but it's a tough fighting, but you could have been ready. You could have been ready. It's a tough fighting, but you could have been ready. And did your team get wiped here? They sure do. And let's look at the payload here. Let's see how close it is before. If you had all four on the point, imagine if you had all four on the point. Imagine. This would have been an easy 3 points. Look how close you are. You may have hit overtime, but it would have been right here. Like, give yourself the best chance to win, man. You know what I'm saying? If you had 4 on point. It's literally here, and that was at a snail's pace. Imagine if you were going Roadrunner style. Beep, beep. You would have won that shit. You would have won that shit. All right, let's continue forward. Wait for teammates. He's dead. Don't push up with him. Wait for your teammates. Please don't push up. Yell at him and Mike. Pull back. Stop pulling back. Stop pulling back. Wait for tanks. Wait for tanks. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds. For context, if you have 1 minute and 20 seconds, your thought process would be, I could probably farm 1 ultimate. You could probably farm 2 because you're Cloak and Dagger and at 80%, but the rest of your team can maybe farm 1 ultimate. So you should be in comms. Guys, let's wait for our tanks. Let's build up our ultimates and let's do a push. That's what we should be talking about. They have Jeff the Shark, who can be a game ender if we are funneling in and staggering and we can't find a pick on him. We might be fucked. Let's wait. Let's wait. Get the group going and go together. Luckily, nothing bad happened here, but it could have. You hear a Psylocke to your back left. What are you doing about it? Or not a Psylocke. You heard... Wait, who'd you hear? Who am I hearing? I'm hearing footsteps. Who is that? Oh. Oh, it's Wanda. Jesus Christ. That sounded like Psylocke. You heard a Wanda to your left. Was that called out? Were you ready for it? Did you scout it out? Let's find out. She's literally right behind you guys. Did she do anything here? Team cleared it, so you're fine. Good. At least you had the reactions. That's just unlucky because Scarlet fucking sucks ass. If that was any other assassin, your entire team is dead, by the way. Point is, if you hear footsteps, adapt. Who's stepping next to you? I thought I heard Psylocke footsteps. It was Scarlet Witch's heels. You can, like, kind of figure out what all their footsteps sound like over time. And I was like, that sounds like a feminine footstep. You know what I'm saying?
I am ready to put on a show.
Cloak form. Cloak form. Too late. Too late. You look lost as shit right now, dude. You look so lost. Oh my god, you look lost. You look like you're in full panic.
I'll get you next time.
We clean that up. What I will say to you in competitive gameplay, it's okay to fail. Commit. Commit to what you want to do. You didn't know what the fuck you wanted to do in that moment. You popped your ultimate and you were just like, at some point you were literally aiming at the ground, right? And it's just like, hey man, if you're gonna ult, make the decision. I'm gonna be cloak form here, and I'm gonna try and get a kill. If it doesn't work out, I can back up and get in the back line. But you dancing around and doing nothing hurts your team, it hurts yourself, and it's gonna hurt your rank, right? And like, I would argue that you kind of deserve the rank that you're in right now. I'm seeing a lot of rank. I'm seeing a lot of bad timings. I'm seeing a lot of inconsistent strategies that you're trying to employ. I don't know if Cloak and Dagger is not your main, or if we're more of a Loki player or whatnot, but let's clean all that shit up. Like, that should be your replay. I don't ever want to see you typing in a Discord, my team sucks ass, until we get you cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? Like, your team does suck ass. But I would argue that you're at the rank you deserve to be right now, you know? You're panicking a lot, you're making mistakes, you're not, I don't know if you're comsing because I can't hear that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of small things we can clean up as a player. A lot. And I would challenge you that anytime that you think your teammate is awful, go watch replays for a little bit, because I'm seeing so many things you can do, and if you can't identify it, come back here and I'll keep helping you, you know? Okay, let's put this down. We're on the final push. We have 30 seconds. Bucky should be your priority. Keep Bucky alive. Bucky alive. You're not even close looking at Bucky. You are so scared about Jeff and Iron Fist. Bucky is your win condition here. 100% your win condition. Sure, you want to try and stay alive, you want to do everything you can, but you should be trying to kite forward to the left. You should be playing where Bucky is. We should be getting him resets. If we get 6 resets, we win the game. It doesn't matter if I'm alive. Bucky ult is the most important thing here. Enable him. Yeah, it was a good iframe. It does. It was a good iframe. If you're in cloak form, you can actually pop your right click and have it back up off a cooldown when you get to the enemy lines. It's a little bit faster, just for like clarification. You're in overtime now. Okay. I would throw my right click on the payload just to keep anybody alive on my team. Ooh, your team kills 4. How do you not win this? Cloak form? Cloak form? You have a 64. Cloak form! Cloak form! Oh my god, it's so late. You look so lost. You look so lost. I'm so sorry, but you look so lost, man. Just throwing shit randomly. There's no consistent. You're going to cloak, out of cloak. Pick a lane. Pick a lane. Do you suffer from like ladder anxiety or anything like that? Because that's the kind of feel that I'm getting. Like you're terrified to win, and when you're terrified to win, you're gonna do this. You guys get it there to 3 points, but whew, that was rough. That was rough, man. All right, let's go check out defense.
Including which side you're on.
Let's do it. Ooh. Okay, let's get on defense here. Let's see your positioning at the start. I love the flips. Okay, so you're back in Cloak and Dagger. I was panicking about getting the point. Yeah. Quit the panicking. Like, I know it's hard, but if you want help, how I got to where I have 0 ladder anxiety is I played StarCraft 2. And StarCraft 2 will teach you that you have to just live with what you do. Or play Street Fighter. Play a single-player game right now that's popular, and just, like, be honest with yourself. And you will learn quickly that you're going to lose. So you might as well try to win. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard to say just stop panicking, but, like, the panicking is fucking you. It's done it, like, 3 or 4 times this match, man. Like, you gotta stop. You gotta figure out something. I don't know if you need to, like, eat a burrito before the match, or do 10 push-ups to get those, like, adrenaline running, or, like, I don't know, testosterone pills, something. But we got to calm you down a little bit. Calm down and get into your gaming flow. Figure that out. Everyone's got their own things. You'll get there. 100%. Okay, rub one out. Honestly, yeah. That helps. All right, here we go. So match is about to start. We'll see your positioning. Okay, so looking at your composition, what would you say is the most important factor for this team to be able to win here? For me, I would say, okay, we want to keep Penny protected, but, like, she can kind of be self-sufficient, so I just want to keep an eye on her, so I'm going to position myself to keep an eye on her, and then Punisher is probably, like, my big damage dealer, right? So let's keep an eye on Punisher until Bucky gets his ultimate out, and then, like, Probably Bucky is my third priority, and then from there I'll heal as it goes. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Especially because, like, Penny is a solo tank in this composition. Again, I would have just played a second tank to help out. I know they have Ultron. The Ultron guy's kind of fucking you guys, but it's whatever. It is what it is. Okay. We'll see how it goes.
4, 3, 2.
Grabbing armor. Good. Good awareness. Okay. Just doing flips and shit. Like a dolphin. Match begins. So your Punisher has moved up. So you need a position to where you can keep the Punisher alive. I would position here. Because this is okay until they get about here, and then he has to start backing up. I would get right about here-ish, because there's a wall, you can go to the right, you can sneak out, right? Figure out your map layouts. If they take the high ground, you back out and come this way. If they don't take the high ground and come this way, you can still go that way. You can back up to your teammates. You can throw your right click down. There's so many things you can do. That's a good spot too. You got an angle. It's a little bit far, so you kind of you can't like really like force a heal on him with your E. But it's still decent. It's still decent for sure.
If you wish to survive, you must prepare. Here they come. Someone scratch my back.
Why are we looking behind ourselves? Why are we looking behind us? Was there a sound or something? Or you just check it on your teammates. If you're checking on your teammates, it's all right here. Keep your eyes forward. Eyes on enemy. There's someone back there? Okay. Did you call it out? Nice. That's fair. If you think it's one person, just drop your right click. Drop your right click on the Punisher and let him handle it. Trust your teammates. If they can't handle one person when they have full healing and a Punisher, which is one of the strongest DPSs in the game, they're just ass. But 9 times out of 10, that player's gonna handle it themselves. You're more important to keep this front line alive. They cannot crumble. If they crumble, the floodgates open. If one person on the back dies, yeah, it'll stress out your team, but you might be okay. And remember, you also want to keep an eye on the front line too, because look at your ult charge right now. It's at 20%. Right? Cloak and Dagger can get her ultimate up pretty quickly, and where a lot of that firepower is going to be going is on the front line. And if the front line's taking damage, you're healing them and you're getting ult charge. If you're looking at one person that's currently in a potential 2-on-1 that you can't even hit, and he's not even doing damage to anybody, you're just wasting your objective or your ult being built. Now you're in a 4v6. Once you see that 2 people get picked, your goal is to attempt to get into a safe spot. I like your spot here on the right, but you never look to your right to see if anyone's pushing you, or you're listening for footsteps. And that Mantis is able to sneak up on you. I do like the drop on your right click on below you, but look at this. Because of that, your front line could be in trouble, right? So maybe a better option is to drop your healing on your front line if you think you're in trouble, like if you're maybe getting flanked, turn into a cloak form, and then iframe your way out, hit spacebar, because remember, you can fly above your opponents when you hit spacebar, assess the situation, come down, and then apply abilities. This is such a good band-aid, the right click. It's such a good band-aid for like, oh, I'm in trouble, let me figure out what's going on. So you can like drop your E, drop your right click, utility dump, and then go into cloak form. You can do it all really quickly once you get into the reputation. If you can't do it, go into training mode and get that pattern down. Also, you got a rocket behind you, too. Like, trust your rocket. I think trust and, like, clearing up your panic would help out so much. Phoenix Ult makes me so happy. I'm so excited for Phoenix Ult as well, Grey Fox. We're going to play Phoenix all day when it comes out. Good healing. Good priorities. Okay, Mantis Ult's coming out. Good job keeping Ultron alive. Can't spend too much time on him. The moment that Scarlet Witch falls down here, she can't reach him anymore, right? Right about here-ish. So you don't have to top him off. Remember, the opposing team is ulting in. Get him to where he's living, and then let him do his own thing. If he needs to go down for healing, there's a healing pack he can go back to. He can go back to his teammate and drop a drone on the Punisher and stay alive. You don't need him to full health. Yeah, you're so worried about keeping him alive. And it just kills you. It literally kills you. Because you're so worried about keeping him alive. So a couple of things. One, you're trying to keep everyone topped off. You're not going to be able to do that. You got to prioritize what's going to happen. Two, you should be focusing on the front line because you want to get your ultimate up. You're only 80%. Imagine if you were healing the front line while they were taking poke damage the entire time instead of keeping an eye on the Punisher. You would have an additional 12% maybe. And then when Mantis comes in, you drop your ultimate, you start out, you get your ultimate built out, you can counter ult. This should be our priority in the early game. Get this built up, and wherever you're going to get built up is wherever the most damage is, which is usually on the front line.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Ultron is so strong because he has decent mobility and decent poke and can build his ultimate up so quickly. Like, he has to be self-sufficient on his own, right? He should be like your 4th priority in healing. Bucky should be your priority here. Follow the Bucky, follow the Bucky. Your Bucky's kind of ass, but always follow the Bucky. I don't know why he randomly raw dogged an ult. Bubble. So, like, you're not in a position to help this. Put your bubble, trying to hit it on an angle where, like, he can run back to it, right? Like, right-click it here. Because high-level players, when they see that, they'll stand on it and stay alive. So, like, you could throw it right on top of here, or, like, maybe on this box, so this Penny over here could run back, get the heals. And then you can move forward, because he's ulting, right? And Penny ult, while it's not the best ult in the world, it is pretty darn aggressive, and it will require attention from the opponents. And you still have Cloak Dagger if you need to, or Cloak Form if you need to get out of there. So I would start moving up and try to keep it alive. Yeah, if you were moving up, you could totally be healing this to full. It's not a good spot to op, but move up. Play off your teammates. Play off your teammates. Play off your teammates. Play off your teammates! I know I'm yelling at an old replay of you, but... for real. Nice. Now you kite backwards. Good stuff. Luna Snow ult. Cloak and Dagger ult way too early. No reason for it yet. You already had one person dead. All of you just slammed your ultimates. What the hell am I looking at? Fucking plat, man. Like, Rocket Raccoon ult may be enough, and if you're not communicating with your support, why aren't you, right? You need to be like, who's going to support you? You never want a double healer ult. I know it's a Luna Snow ult, and it's a Punisher ult, it's scary, but it's okay to give space here. The call for you should be, let's back up. I have an ultimate, let's wait out the Punisher ultimate. Like, I really hope you're using your microphone. It's one of the best things you can do as a strategist. Scarlet got interrupted there. Nice job by them. Stay in cloak form. Stay in cloak form. Stay in cloak form. Cloak form. Their healing is fine. The healing was fine. You just ulted for it. He's been knobbed. Jeff got you in his face. Where's he gonna take you? Ooh, got 2 of you. Ooh, nice. Good kill. Good cleanup there. Good cleanup. Uh-huh. Kite backwards. Kite backwards with him. You do this thing that you really need to clean up. Where when someone gets low on HP, you just like, I have to heal this guy. And I get that. But you just stop moving. You hug a corner. You use it as protection. But what you've done effectively is now you've become the front liner. Right? Look at this. Your entire team pulled away from the fight, and you stopped to try and heal this Punisher that was trying to escape, which is fair, but, like, come with him. Heal him as you back away. You know what I'm saying? Instead, you just froze, you panicked, again, which is probably the main thing here, is the panic in Skywalker has got to stop, bro. And then, when he dies, now you stagger your death, because you're in the front line now, because they're moving forward, and you're not playing defense and backing up away, and like giving them the space they deserved, because they want it. Like, I would really recommend playing some fighter games, man. Like, the idea of taking space and giving space is such an element that you want to try to work into your gameplay, because that's what this game is all about. Your opponents are trying to play the game, too. And sometimes they earn things, and you have to just give it to them so you can stay alive to fight another day. If you try to fight for everything, you're going to lose all the time, right? So they're just going to run you down here, take you out, and now you've staggered to death. Okay.
My time to shine.
What do we do here?
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Team play.
Going the left side is so hard here. I would yell to my team and go right. It's so hard to go this way. Let's see what you guys do. The curtain comes out, so you need to flank all the way around. Oof. Looking at that, if you would have paid attention to the ult on the top left, you would have been able to find and get out of that. A clean wipe. It seems like your entire team here, this is solo queue, right? Seems like your entire team just got lost in the sauce. Being composed is going to be, I think, so good for you, Sir Ash. Legitimately. Once you lock down being composed in the fights, you're gonna climb like crazy, man. Straight up. Good job there. That was great. You healed him to half HP. He wasn't in trouble being killed anymore. And you turned around your front line and you got on the Bucky. That is worth a clap. Chat, we all clap here. That is good healing right there. Now, to keep it going, I would love for you to follow the Bucky here and make sure he gets off his resets, although he's going for Cloak and Dagger. Sadly, the opposing team Cloak and Daggered. Try to get him out of the fight. Guide him out. There you go. You didn't use your E, which would have been helpful. Remember, you get in-fight healing on that. You could ult here. Once the Cloak and Dagger, oh, never mind. Wait. Oh, dude, every time Luna Snow ults, you always rip your ult if you have it. Let's clean that up. I would have ulted immediately after the Cloak and Dagger ultimate to either force a Luna Snow ult or to get a kill. Or I would have waited for after Luna Snow. Pick one, but don't do it at the same time, because she wins the entire trade. She doesn't here for some reason. I don't know who popped off. They must have got the Cloak and Dagger or the Luna Snow. But in theory, Luna Snow should win the exchange because she has a longer ultimate than you do. Yours is 10 seconds. Hers is 12. So you want to wait a couple seconds afterwards. This is a weird spot to defend. Honestly, like, I don't mind your positioning here, but just make sure you have exit routes. Going to the right is probably the scariest, because remember they're spawning over here, so kite to the left if you need to, and then surf your way back out here. Like, let me show you your escape plan. Always, like, go through the maps when you're looking at your replays and like, what is my escape plan if things go to shit, right? Like, how do I get out if I get dived, or if, like, the fight starts to fall apart? You want to go this way and sneak around here, out. Because it's like nice little areas protruding out, so they can't get an angle on it, and they have to chase all the way around to get you. If they're chasing, they're not pushing the point. So just like have that ready. Solid positioning here. Just make sure that you have an escape route. Okay, dude, your team is doing a great job of stopping Scarlet Witch.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Nice. Good. Holding. Minute and a half. Okay, so around a minute and a half, we need to start thinking here as our team. We're like, okay, we are about to be in overtime potentially in about 90 seconds. Do we want to use our ultimates? For you, using your ultimate as soon as possible might be okay here on the next fight, and then save it for the next objective. You don't want to hold on it for a minute and a half because you can farm it so quickly. So from you, I'd be like, all right, I would look at my time and be like, where's my ultimate at? It is building up at 78%. I could probably get it out in the next 15 seconds if we get a full engagement going on. But if I don't get it out and we're under a minute, I'm going to hold it, right? You need to make that decision now. Do I want to burn it or do I want to save it for later, right? So now start thinking about that. Think about closing out the games. How do you want to close them out? And we'll see what you do. And if you are on mic with your team, start telling them, hey guys, 90 seconds, think about our ultimates. What are we gonna do? Think about it. You're at 90% right now, minute 20. At this point, I would start thinking, all right, I'm probably gonna save it for whenever they try to ult, or to slow them down, or to get my team away from the fight. They're ulting, you guys should start backing out. Oh, you ulted into it, no! 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 So you have 3 points on the board. You're winning the game. All you need to do is get out their ultimates and then wipe them in a minute. That's all you have to do. And you win. But now you've counter-ulted which tells your team we're going to fight here. And if they kill any of you, they're going to push across the map and win. All you had to do was say, team, let's leave. Drop your right click here, heal them as they're retreating, back away, set up over here where Cloak and Dagger is not set up. Whoa. Anyways, come back here. All right, come back here, set up, grab your high ground, save your ultimate, and now you're up an ultimate, and all it cost you was a little bit of space. A little bit of space. But you're still winning, and now you're in the right position to clear them up in a minute. Right? Let's see how it goes. I hate that. I hate that ult. You're not doing damage with Cloak. You're just trying to run away from the fight. You're iframing. You're literally doing nothing. You are doing nothing. Your team does clear up 2 of them. Bucky goes in. Ooh, maybe we'll save that ult for Bucky. You're already winning. I feel like they're going to come out and just run you guys down. Ultra popped an ult too? Why? Jeff on the back line. Okay. Nice job turning into Cloak. 2 ultimates left. Wolverine's probably going to ult because it's fucking plat. He just wants to use his button. Does he hold it? You got cleaned up. He popped his ultimate. Because he just wanted it. He wanted to do something. And look at what happens when you pop an ult. It's a domino effect. Everyone and their mom is like, I should ult.
Much to prove.
And now you're all under 15% except for Rocket Raccoon, who is the best player in your lobby because he didn't ult. And now you have to set up defense, but you're staggering in. They're moving the payload forward. Nice kill on that Scarlet Witch. I don't know why that person hasn't switched off Scarlet Witch. They've been awful. Keep that high ground. There was no reason for you to give up high ground here. None. You could have stayed over here. Sorry, I keep hitting fucking spacebar to fly, because that's how I fly on my flyers in this game. You could have stayed over here, moved your way up here, and just kept healing from above. And then if they get in trouble, drop down on the left, right? But, like, put yourself in a position to where you aren't like, in this weird area, and you can keep an eye on your tank. But you, like, slowly, awkwardly move down here, and he's still getting burned anyways. Just stay up there. Magneto dead. And Magneto is your only tank. So now Wolverine should be your focus. Emma Frost ultimate. I have Agamotto. Ult's being thrown on you like crazy. Cloak and Dagger beat you on the ult because you died earlier. You're getting cooked. I don't know why you're putting yourself in a position where everyone can shoot you when you need to get your ultimate up. Didn't need the ult there. I like the idea of get your ult up, but then assess the situation, right? Like, I don't think you needed ult here. Yet. You want to save it for when you need to stop them. Let's see where you're at. Yeah, come back here. Tank's dead. They use what? 2 ultimates here? 1, 2, 3 ultimates. They use 3 ultimates, and your Rocket Raccoon saved the fight with his ultimate that he saved earlier, right? Walk up and grab this armor before it disappears if you can. I know it's a little bit hard to do, but if you ever see that, you want to try and sneak it in. You're staying alive. Nicely done. Nicely done. Okay. You guys have stabilized. You pull back. Your team's got you. Your tank is moving up. You're fine. You're fine. All you had to do here was heal Ultron, and all is well. Like, Wolverine, you're not going to get to. Whatever. It's his fault for being that far out of position. And he has heal anyways. Left click would have gotten this job done for you. You go to Cloak form. Nice. Like that. Left too early. Left way too early. You bailed way too fast. You had a Magneto bubble. Everything was fine. And you get ran over. All right. We learned a lot. Okay, so I think instead of hampering into the overtime, I'm sure like it goes forward and you guys wind up losing. But I think there's a lot for you to focus on. Let's clear up our panics. Let's use our ultimates better. And let's have a plan, right? If the plan fails, you can go watch your replays later on and assess them and go from there and adjust. Work on your combos of trying to put down a right click. So like right click E on a target and then switch into your Cloak form and then right click again for iframe in case you get in trouble. You can do that in a fast amount of time. One of the reasons why Cloak and Dagger is so fun is because like in season 2, I think, They buffed her ability to go between Cloak and Dagger form way quicker. Use that to your advantage. But overall, thank you for your replay. I hope you learned a lot. Your gameplay is fine. Let's just clean up the panic, and you'll be good to go. Cool. Thanks for watching.